How's it going, Cancerian community? So let's get started with the introduction. What is it? What is it? What is it that needs to come out for this introduction? Ancestors and angels for the Cancerian frequency. Well, I have something here that we don't want to see and that we're at odds ends with, and it has to do with the past, the present, and the future. Let's see what else needs to come out. Well, there's something here we're confused on when it comes to forgiveness. We are confused on being accepting of something, but also moving forward from it. And it has to do with transformation, how we've changed, how life has changed around us. Something else we're not seeing is teaching. Are we not being open to the teachings of life because we're upset at how much things have changed that we weren't anticipating? So something you're not seeing, something that's hard to accept. And that's how much knowledge you have gained throughout this lifetime. You're confused. What's hard to accept is the abundance that you have created, what you have built. If there's one thing specifically that you're being down on yourself about because you're not bringing yourself in a certain way, that shouldn't affect how much you've worked on for everything else around you. Because again, that took a lot of work. And putting yourself down for not being in a certain position, certain way, really takes away from all that hard work, all that gained wisdom along the way. So it's creating an openness to the abundance, to what you have already, and working from there. I'll tell you what, when you walk around and you don't appreciate yourself feels it. And one of our biggest critics is ourselves. So let's go ahead and take a dive into the present. What is it, guides? What is it, angels? What is it, ancestors, that needs to come up or come out for Cancerian's present? Yeah, unknowingly how to balance. It could be between the heart and between the critical mind about things. I mean, when we're hard on ourselves feels it and we will reflect it. I have a 2 of Wands here. Not sure if you can find a balance for yourself. What else? This balance for yourself comes in. Maybe walking away from certain things that you have around you or have surrounded you. Finding a new balance for things with the Temperance. A new way of creating things. A new way of going about things, but it's going to be going in another direction, a different direction than where you have been going, where you have been surrounding yourself with the same old stuff. Let's go ahead. All right, so I have the 6 of Wands. It could be directly the way you've gone about things with the community, the way you've gone about things just in general with the social norms. Remember, people will always judge, people will not understand because your journey is not their journey. And I have a 4 of Swords that lands on the 2. You're really worried about the people. It could be your family that's around you when you do this. You're worried about how they would adapt to it, how your community is going to view it. You're not sure if this is going to be welcomed. Yeah, there's a fear of a lot of conflict. Well, a lot of times you weren't taught. And if you think about it, these things that you want to be hard on yourself, was anybody else leading the example for you? To plant those seeds for you to be able to see what can grow when you do other things. This King of Pentacles, this energy, this person who likes their toys, this person who has built up so much, this well-rounded energy here. Comes in and we don't see it. We don't see that inner King of Pentacles that have built so much around them. We don't see all the nifty little things around us. Again, King of Pentacles loves their toys. They love to play. They love to have fun in a sense. They're serious. They are serious still because they got to take care of business. But I would say the King of Pentacles knows how to have fun too. How can you balance yourself out by having fun? What is it that you can bring into your life? Maybe there was a past hobby that you've always wanted to do. Maybe there's something that you kind of wanted to get in. Maybe it takes a certain accessory to do it. What is it that will help ignite this fire to getting you going in that direction that you're needing to go, to getting unstuck about being so critical of yourself and seeing that you still have time. You still have time to get to where you want to be who you want to be, to believe in the things that you want to believe in. What else needs to come out? All right, this is going to be the last card for the present. It's Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords. I mean, we can stay wallowing how we're not ideally where we want to be when it comes to what these influencers influence. But I feel like that's the very thing, again, that's draining you. That's the very thing that makes you question what everybody would think if you started doing something new. That's the very thing that's holding you back. What is another truth to this? Because you see the critical truth that you give yourself, but you don't see the truth in how you created so much for yourself. But let's go ahead and get started with the conclusion. Universal and divine energy. What is it that needs to come out for this conclusion? What is it? What is it? What is it? Ooh. Unexpected. I feel like you're gonna find unexpected support. You may find another who's been wanting to create the same change. And you might just get lucky enough to have another on your path as you're jump-starting this routine, this new thing for yourself. Challenging the monster within that keeps you from making these moves. Unattaching yourself from your own criticism. The fear also of what others think. Action. everything requires action. Was it Isaac Newton's law of cause and effect? Well, you want to create a different effect, you got to do a different kind of cause. I don't think that's relevant anymore, kind of like the food pyramid, but still, I still like it. And I feel like you, in order to do anything, is you're going to have to force yourself to do something. I tell you what, it's 11 years later and I still have to force myself to work out. I still have to force myself to make good food choices at times. I still have to force myself to put the phone down and to try and pick up a book. I still have to force myself to do dishes and to eat all my vegetables at times. It's a never-ending task. Always trying to take care of yourself and always trying to improve yourself. It's a never-ending story. But it's one of the best hobbies that you can have. It's kind of like being good. This is what I tell my clients all the time. You don't just achieve being good for the rest of your life because one day you did it up. And so the rest of life, you're good. Everything's good. It's just everything that you're going to do is good. No, being good takes lots of action, and it takes everyday action, and it takes the actions behind the closed doors to keep achieving it. The things that we work for that bring the biggest transformations for us, for our spiritual being, for our emotional being, for our physical being, for our intellectual being, require everyday work. And it's okay to take breaks. It is okay to take breaks. Don't forget that. Don't overwork yourself thinking that you can never have a day where you could just say, forget it all, I want a break and I'm going to do everything opposite. It's actually in these breaks, when we do the opposite, that we start to appreciate what we were doing for us, the changes that we were creating, because we start to feel the repercussions of doing the opposite. And we're like, oh my gosh, this doesn't feel as good. Take me back to my routine. My routine of improvement. Surrender. I feel like this is surrender your outcome now. Surrender the view that you have on yourself now. Remember that you are very smart. And just because you're starting off in a new direction doesn't make you any less smart. How can you take all these things around you and use it to your advantage to help you out? Use it to your advantage to appreciate how far you came, and the fact that you are being presented with an opportunity to do something a little different when you didn't have the time before. I really like this story. This was a good one. Thank you so much, Cancerian community, for hanging out. Don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, as well as spirit guides, divine and universal energy for coming in and being the guides and protectors for all the positive messages here. And I hope that you have a most wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.